The roar of motorcycles filled the quiet evening air as a group of leather-clad bikers pulled into a roadside diner. They looked tough, tattoos, bandanas, and heavy boots. But behind the rough exterior was a brotherhood that always watched out for the vulnerable. That's when she appeared. A little black girl, no older than 9, ran from the shadows, her eyes wide with fear. Her small hands trembled as she clutched a worn backpack to her chest. Breathless, she stumbled toward the bikers. "Please, hide me," she whispered. "My dad is coming. Please don't let him find me." The men froze. It wasn't every day that a child begged them for protection. Their leader, a towering man with a gray beard named Hawk, crouched down to her level. "What's your name, sweetheart?" he asked softly. "Amara," she said, tears filling her eyes. "He's going to hurt me again." The bikers exchanged uneasy glances. They weren't strangers to trouble, but this was different. This was a child. Hawk motioned to his crew. "Circle up." In an instant, their motorcycles formed a barrier, engines growling like guard dogs. Amara was ushered inside the circle, shielded by the wall of chrome and steel. Moments later, a man staggered into the diner parking lot, shouting her name. His voice was slurred, heavy with anger and alcohol. "Amara, you better come out right now." The bikers stood their ground. Hawk stepped forward. "She's not going anywhere with you." The man's eyes darted from face to face, realizing quickly that he was outnumbered. Cursing under his breath, he stormed off into the night, vowing he'd be back. When the rumble of his footsteps faded, the bikers turned back to Amara. She was still clutching that old backpack, holding it as though it was her only lifeline. "Amara," Hawk said gently, "what's in the bag?" She hesitated. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then slowly, she unzipped it. Inside wasn't food. Not clothes. Not even toys. It was a bundle of crumpled papers, covered in a child's handwriting. Drawings. Stories. Poems. Each one telling pieces of her life, her fears, her dreams, her desperate hope for escape. "This is all I have," Amara whispered. "This, and my stories. They're the only thing that makes me feel safe." The bikers stood silent, their tough faces softening. These hardened men who had weathered fights, broken bones, and endless miles on the road felt their throats tighten. One of them, a giant with tattoos running down his arms, carefully picked up a drawing. It was of a little girl standing next to a house with no doors. In the sky above, she had drawn wings. The biker swallowed hard. "Kid," he said, "you're not going back there. Not tonight, not ever again." Amara's eyes widened. "But where will I go?" Hawk placed a hand on her shoulder. "Somewhere safe. We'll make sure of it. Your family now." The engines roared back to life, but this time they weren't just the sound of power. They were the sound of protection, of hope. Amara climbed onto the back of Hawk's bike, clutching her bag of stories, her hair whipping in the wind as they rode away into the night. For the first time in her young life, she didn't feel afraid, she felt free.